anybody in the world. Thank you for joining me for another edition of the True Conductor Show. Happy Saturday, everybody. We running a little late this morning because we had some what do you call it? I had the word just a minute ago. Um some stuff we had to do. Had some stuff to do this morning, so I'm running a few minutes late. Normally we try to get this started at 10 o'clock, but some house cleaning. Yeah, that's what had to do some house cleaning this morning. Um, but today is Saturday. No, I'm not a Jehovah Witness or a Seventh-day Adventist. I just follow my calendar. My calendar goes from Sunday to Saturday, and that's my day of rest. It's Saturday. I don't do nothing on Saturday. Um, so Proverbs is the one book in the Bible that has a chapter for every day of the month. There are 31 chapters in Proverbs. Okay. And when there are not 31 days in the month, just keep reading until you catch up. But if you read Proverbs, it will show you how to live today. You don't have to try to think back 2,000 years to see what this was talking about. It'll show you how to live today. So let's pray and get in the word. Father, thank you for another day to gather around your word. Speak to my mind, speak to my heart, and speak through my lips that I may precisely articulate this word to pierce the hearing, the vision, and the hearts of your children so that we may live the righteous lifestyle you have ordained for us to live in Jesus' name. Amen. So, um, since today is the second, we'll start on the second chapter of Proverbs. Now, I'll be reading from the Message and the New King James Version to give you a balance, to give you a different view. Okay? What's going on? All right. All right. So, chapter two. In the Message Bible, it's going from verse 1 through 5. So that's what I'm gonna do, and then I'll read verses 1 through 5 in the New King James Version. Okay, what's going on? I'm doing very well, thank you. Very well. Um, who's that? Strong Foundation. I don't know who this other person is, but thank you for joining me. All right, good friend. Take to heart what I'm telling you. Collect my counsels and guard them with your life. Turn your ears to the world of wisdom. Set your heart on a life of understanding. That's right. If you make insight your priority and won't take no for an answer, searching for it like a prospector panning for gold, like an adventurer on a treasure hunt, believe me, before you know it, fear of God will be yours. You will have you'll have come upon the knowledge of God. Okay? Um in the New King James Version, it says this: My son, if you receive my words and treasure my commands within you, so that you incline your ear to wisdom and apply your heart to understanding. Yes, if you cry out for discernment and lift your voice for understanding, if you seek her as silver and search for her as hidden treasures, then you'll understand the fear of the Lord and find the knowledge of God. Now, why are you in such a hunt for wisdom and understanding? Well, yeah, I'm in the USA. Let me show you. In chapter 3, verse 13, it says, from verse 13 to 19, from happy is the man who find wisdom and the man who gains understanding, for her proceeds are better than the profits of silver, and her gain than fine gold. She's more precious than rubies, and all the things you may desire cannot compare with her. Length of days is in her right hand, in her left hand, riches and honor. Her ways are ways of pleasantness, and all her paths are of peace. She's a tree of life to those who take hold of her, and happy are all who retain her. What's going on, Josephine? Thank you for joining me. Um, so wisdom and understanding is what you want to strive for. So that's where the blessings are. All right. Okay. Verse 6. And here's why God gives out wisdom free. It's plain spoken in knowledge and understanding. He's a rich mind of common sense for those who live well. He is a shield to those who walk uprightly. He guards the paths of justice and preserves the way of his saints. Wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on a second. I did that wrong. I did that wrong. Let me go back to do this again. Verse 6 through 8. And here's why God gives out wisdom free. It's plain spoken in knowledge and understanding. He's a rich mind of common sense for those who live well, a personal bodyguard to the candid and sincere. He keeps his eye on all who live honestly and pays special attention to his loyally committed ones. Okay? See, um, hey, Tanya, thank you for joining me. Thank you. Thank you. This is what it says in the New King James Version. For the Lord gives wisdom. From his mouth come knowledge and understanding. He stores up sound wisdom for the upright. He's a shield to those who walk uprightly. He guards the paths of justice and preserves the way of his saints. Okay? Listen, you can fool a lot of things, but God ain't one of them. Okay? And so many people who call themselves Christians are judging God the same way they judge man because they can what's going on, Stetson? Thank you for joining me. Because they can fool man, they think God is in the same situation, and it's not. And see, and this is one of the problems where we don't want to separate the good from the bad. We just want to lump everybody together. And God is going to come and separate the good from the bad. It's just that simple. Good morning, Cindy. Thank you for joining me. Edward, thank you for joining me. Um, okay, so let's continue. Verse 9 through 15 in the Message Bible. So now you can pick out what's true and fair from all the good trails. Lady Wisdom will be your close friend, and Brother Knowledge, your pleasant companion. Okay? Good sense will scout ahead for danger. Insight will keep an eye out for you. They'll keep you from making wrong turns or following the bad directions of those who are lost themselves and can't tell a trail from a tumbleweed. See, when you got wisdom and understanding, you don't follow the crowd. Okay? You can think for yourself. When you got wisdom, top of the morning, Bernie. Bernie's in the house. But when you have wisdom and understanding on your own, see, you don't go and do what everybody else is doing. You're not gonna do what everybody else is doing. It's just that simple. It's just that simple. You ain't doing what everybody else is doing. So um don't lose heart, man. Don't lose heart because just because a whole bunch of people are not cheering and celebrating what you're doing, don't mean it ain't successful. See, those people that is not supporting you are the ones that you know who they are. It's just that simple. Okay? Stop panicking, people. It's what it's trying to tell you. These losers who make a game of evil and throw parties to celebrate perversity, traveling paths that go nowhere, wandering in a maze of detours and dead ends. See and this is the thing, this is the difference between being a child of God versus a child of the world. Okay? See, when when you are a child of God, then he's going to talk to you through your intuition. Let me say that again. See, when God started talking to you, he's going to talk to you through your intuition or through another person. God himself gave man dominion over the earth realm. So he can't violate his command himself and personally come down into the earth realm because he gave man dominion over the earth realm. So anything that God does in the earth realm, he has to do it to another person. Okay? Let me say that again. Anything that God does in the earth realm, he has to do it to another person because he gave man dominion over the earth realm. So he can't violate his command. That's why he says, be careful how you entertain a stranger because you never know when you might be entertaining an angel unaware. Okay? And God have angels in every situation you can imagine that you may go through. You know, Bernie, but Bernie say, I would tell you humans have no superpowers, but intuition is the red phone, direct collect call with the higher power. And and the reason most people don't realize how powerful their intuition is because they got too many other voices in their head trying to be the default voice. And that's the problem. Most folk don't even know what the voice of their intuition even sounds like. It ain't gonna be loud and it ain't gonna be boisterous. It's gonna be soft and subtle when your intuition starts talking to you. All right. All right. Verse 16 through 19. Wise friends will rescue you from the temperance. See, wise friends will tell you, man, why you getting hooked up? Why you getting hooked up with that? Don't leave that person alone. They ain't no good for you. But oftentimes, because we're so caught up in our own ego, that when people be trying to share some wisdom and some understanding, we don't receive it because our egos get in the way. And that's the problem. Okay. Wise friends will rescue you from the temperance, that smooth talking seductress who's faithless to her husband she married years ago. Never give a second thought to her promises before God. Her whole way of life is doomed. Every step she takes brings her closer to hell. No one who joins her company ever comes back. Every Wait a minute. No one who joins her company ever comes back, ever sets foot on the path of real living. See, once you go down that path, man, it's a wrap. It is a wrap. Let's see what we got here. British man. Okay. All right. Well, welcome. Welcome, LA. Welcome. In the New King James Version, to deliver you from the immoral woman, from the seductress who flatters with her words, who forsakes the companion of her youth and forgets the covenant of her God. For her house leads down to death, and her path to the dead. None who go to her return, nor do they regain the paths of life. See, because once you step off, uh, let's see here. Yeah, I can sing. Bye. How about that? How about that song? I can sing a song. Bye. What's going on? Sketch Dragons, thank you for joining me. Okay. Verse 20 through 22. So join the company of good men and women. Keep your feet on the tried and true paths. It's the men who walk straight who will settle this land. The women with integrity who will last here. The corrupt will lose their lives. The dishonest will be gone for good. See, wait a minute. Let me read that in the New King James Version. So you may walk in a way of goodness and keep to the paths of righteousness, for the upright will dwell in the land, and the blameless will remain in it. But the wicked will be cut off from the earth, and the unfaithful will be uprooted from it. See, God is coming for separation. Well, Cindy, you're absolutely right, but you got to realize when you get people in that mindset of betrayal, it's all about ego for them, about what's in it, what they getting. They could care less about the pain and the hurt and the disappointment that's going to come with that. They don't consider that because all of this is ego driven. Okay? It's ego driven. It's about selfishness. Look at what I did. Look at what I sometimes I be just sit back and just be watching people that live in this hotel, you know, and some people actually think that, I mean, we all are dealing with the same thing, you know, and but yet you got people coming over here with some game, like they got it going on, you know, that they stuff is, and you living in a hotel, and you trying to be player. Come on, man. Come on, don't if anything, why not be focused on how you can get out of here? What you can do to change this environment. And that's what, and I watched that, man. I mean, like there people come up and music, boom, 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 in the car, man. You're like, man, come on, is that necessary? No wonder you ain't in your neighborhood. And you bring them same old bad habits that got you in this position. You still trying to hold on to them like they're something that's good. Like this is something that is that. See, if you go back and look, and this is how they messing up a lot of our young kids. See, because they're making this sinful life. Look how they're glamorizing prison. I mean, look at how they're glamorizing being in prison. These dudes can sit down with their phones, and they got all their stuff, but they can't survive out here. But they can go in prison and be a slave, because prison is the only place where slavery is still legal. Let me say that again. In the United States of America, prison, jail is the only place where slavery is still legal. And a lot of people don't realize that. When you go to, and look at how many of our young men and women that go to jail to get a badge of honor to come back out in the community. Jail is a badge of honor for a lot of these young kids. See, because once they go to jail, see, that certifies them as being real. You can't be real coming out doing the right thing. You can't be real being a good example. You can't be real, setting a standard. Look at the things that we glorify that is wrong. And yet, this is what people are attracted to. You see, and we got to if we don't separate the good from the bad, then nothing is going to change. And this is the problem. We listen, it says, listen to this. For the upright will dwell in the land, and the blameless will remain in it. But the wicked will be cut off from the earth, and the unfaithful will be uprooted from it. See, uh, uh, it's my mother and my wife. That's my wife right there. That's my wife. That's my baby, who I haven't seen in 6 years. Man, if my wife was, I probably would be freaking out, because 9 times out of 10, she would have overstayed her visa, and we would have, been trying to get this thing together, but if my wife was still here, I wouldn't be able to be as vocal as I am. I wouldn't be able to do the things because I wouldn't want to draw any attention to her. So God knows what he's doing, because anybody else, they would have, they wouldn't tolerate this. So but he also says that he will restore. Let me read this to you, because this is what I believe, man. This is what I believe. This is exactly what I believe. Okay. What's going on, Darla? This is what I said. This is Joel chapter 2, verse 25. So I will restore to you the years that the swarming locust has eaten, the crawling locust, the consuming locust, and the chewing locust, my great army, which I send among you. Verse 26, you shall eat in plenty and be satisfied, and praise the name of the Lord your God, who has dealt wondrously with you, and my people shall never be put to shame. See, God is the only one that can restore what you think you've lost. He's the only one. Thank you, love. He's the only one. And unfortunately, because there's so much evil in the world, and people think that God is not watching, God is not paying attention, but God is allowing things to happen so that he'll get the glory for this. He gonna get the glory. Um, well, I mean, Iman say there are very few likes. Everything starts small. Everything starts small. You can't be upset because you don't get a whole bunch of likes, or you don't get a whole bunch of views. See, if you got it by that, then you doing it from your head. You ain't doing it from your heart. When you doing it from your heart, it don't matter. It ain't nobody up in here. You still gonna give people the same quality, the same experience that if it was 10,000. See, that's how you know. See, a lot of people, uh, a lot of people, um, they wanna do a whole bunch of stuff. See, they wanna start out with, and you don't build a foundation that way. See, when you have to work through, when you ain't got a whole bunch of people listening and following you and supporting you, you have to still keep developing. You have to still keep trying. You have to still keep believing in what you're doing. It ain't about what other folk are doing. It's about, what's your intention? What's your motive? Are you doing this because it's the right thing to do? Are you doing this because you looking for some some earthly recognition? And that might not be the case. Okay. So this is a short chapter, but that was the end of chapter 2 of something has I'm telling y'all, something has shifted, man. A shift has occurred. Shift has occurred. And a lot of people are missing out. Okay, because they still stuck in the same mindset that they've been in. And there's been a change, and I got to tell you, man, um, you can get caught up in the negative energy of doing what other people do and say, and the division, the animosity. But you're the only one that's going to suffer from that. Nobody else is going to suffer from that. You will. Okay, you will. So be kind to people, man. Be kind. Show sow some love into the universe. Sow some goodness into the universe. Don't be afraid. You got so many people that are afraid. And see, this is what I've always said. Good people are afraid of other good people. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay. See, if good people would stop being afraid of other good people, we could turn this madness around overnight. We could turn it around overnight. If good people would just stop being afraid of other good people of all races. There's good and bad in everybody. When God comes back, man, he's going to separate the good from the bad. Everybody ain't going to go with God. Everybody, you can't come out here just because you profess the name of the Lord, and you sinning and doing whatever you want, committing adultery, sinning, fornicating, and all this other stuff, and think just because your name was written in the Lamb Book of Life, and you can live any kind of way you want, how you want, and God is supposed to accept that. No, God is not going to accept that. He's not going to accept it. And at some point, he if he when he if you don't listen to him convicting, let me read this to you for you to show you back up my point. This is verse one, chapter one in Proverbs. I'm going to read verse 22, from verse 22 uh down to verse 29. How long, you simple ones, will you love simplicity? For scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge. Turn at my rebuke. Surely I will pour out my spirit on you. I will make my words known to you. Because I have called and no one, because I've called and you refuse, I've stretched out my hand and no one regarded. Because you disdain all my counsel and would have none of my rebuke, I will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your terror comes. When your terror comes like a storm and your destruction comes like a whirlwind. When distress and anguish come upon you, then they will call upon me, but I will not answer. They will seek me diligently, but they will not find me. See, those are the people that are fooling themselves. Whoa, wait a minute here. Hold on here. Hold on here. What is this? Bernie! Man, thank you for that blessing, brother. Thank you, Bernie. Thank you, man. Hey, man, dude, come up in here. Bam! Be a blessing. Thank you for that blessing, man. Thank you. I'm like, wait a minute. I know I didn't have that much money in my account, but I got it now. God. Oh, wait a minute. Somebody else done sent me some money too. Hold on. I bet you this is Tanya. I told you, Tanya. Thank you for that blessing, Tanya. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I got two people come up in here, boy. They faithful. And I'm gonna tell y'all something. Let me tell y'all something. Let me tell you this. Boy, things are moving fast right now. If you haven't noticed,
We in August already. Look like we just got in July yesterday, and now we already in August. Okay? This August the 2nd already. And you're going to look up, man, and 2026 is going to be knocking on your door. And you still going to be stuck in that mindset that's been holding you back. And that's what I'm learning. It's the mindset that's going to determine what you're going through. Man, this is, I'm telling you. But sit back and just watch God. Watch how God work. That's all you got to do. Tanya, thank you so very much. Thank you, Tanya. Thank you, And I pray that business is just blow up. Thank you for the blessing, man. May God continually bless you. Thank you. And one day I'm gonna be able to bless you. That's how, one day you're gonna wake up and true conductor. True conductor. What? True conductor. Yes. You know what? Let me see something here. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. It's done. All right. It's all about being right by people. And unfortunately, the world has Christians believing that living a righteous lifestyle is perfect. And it has nothing to do with perfection. Righteousness has nothing to do with perfection, and everything to do with not being harmful. Okay? Thank you, Cindy. Thank you. All right? When you live a righteous lifestyle, man, you ain't gonna take, yesterday I was on the train and I was listening to my phone and got off the train and left my phone. I'm listening to something, and when I'm walking down the steps, all of a sudden, what I'm listening to stopped. I'm like, oh man, I left my phone on the train. So run downstairs to the station manager. I said, sir, I just left my phone on the train. He said, look, the next stop is the last stop, and they're gonna be cleaning the trains. So go down there, get on the next train, and just go there and see. And man, now I'm calling the phone, and I'm calling it, and finally a guy picked up, said, hello. I said, hey man, I just left my phone on the train. He said, yeah, I just picked it up. I'm taking it to the station. I said, but I'm at the station now. And he said, I'm coming back down the escalator. Guy came, little young kid too, man. I mean, probably about 18, 19, 20 years old, right? Come back down. I said, hey, man, here's $10. Man, take this $10. Thank you for the phone. And I said, don't lose that mindset, okay? Keep being honest, son, and God gonna bless you. Keep being honest, and see, and that's one of the things when I'm down at the White House and I'm playing music and showing some love, spreading some love, and people keep looking, and I'll be like, you know what? God gonna bless me for doing good. I can't go wrong. Even though the people might not appreciate the good that you're doing, don't let that discourage you and stop doing good. Okay? Because see, a lot of people will get something for nothing. All right, and discourage you. They'll do more to discourage you from being positive and encourage you to be negative. and you can't fall for the flim flam. And you have to know the difference. Okay? So when you see something, you see a chance, man, that you can sow, you know, and if you think what I'm saying is not true, walk down the street in your community and see how many people that won't make eye contact with you. If you think I'm lying, walk down the street and anywhere in your community where you live. Don't go to no new place. I'm talking about where you live. Okay? Look and see how many people will not make eye contact with you. Walk by you like you don't even exist. That's how afraid we are of each other. We won't even make eye contact anymore. Okay? We won't even acknowledge each other as we walk by anymore. And that person, the very person that you're ignoring, could be the one that's got the answer you need. But you won't speak to him. You scared of him. And look how many people that have passed folk that has the answer for what they're dealing with, and they won't even speak. And consequently, you miss out. I'm going to put my feet. I'm finna go out here right now and take my shoes off and put my feet on the ground and kind of ground a little bit, cause man, it's you know we're in for some tough times, y'all. But it's God's children are the ones that's gonna be spared. What side are you on? See you later.